Hi there, my name is Clayson and this is my rankings of all the boards in Mario Party 8. Mario Party 8 was my second Mario Party I played after Mario Party DS, and I have fond memories playing this game over the years. It has its issues, but I always like the boards in this game and I decided to rank them from least favorite to most favorite. I don't have a capture card, so all my sources for footage will be linked in the description and credits will be in the video. There's no board in this game I dislike, so you won't hear very harsh critiques from me. With all that said, let's get started. In last place we got the very first board in the game, DK's Treetop Temple. This is a good board in my opinion. Your goal is to try to reach the star first, pay 20 coins for it, the star relocates and you're off to collect it again at the new location. You can enter DK's barrel cannon, but that will shoot you to the left or right side of the board, 2 event spaces that will send monkeys down with barrels chasing you, DK spaces where Donkey Kong will send you over to the star, Bowser spaces where he moves the star from a location, an event space where Shy Guy will steal a candy from you and give you coins, this nice event space with a nice water shortcut slide, and the lucky space that will send you to the small area in the background with a free star at the end of the path. The board in my opinion is good to play as it's an introductory board, but the layout and scenery isn't as interesting or as fun to play as the other 5 boards in my opinion. There isn't really too much going on and this is my least played board in the game as a result. In 5th place we got Goomba's Booty Boardwalk. The name is very questionable, but the board has pretty nice scenery and is linear, which I have absolutely no problems with. The goal is to reach Captain Goomba at the end of the board to get a free star from him, then he'll send you back to star via seagulls to start over again. Along the way are piantas that can throw you further ahead, sell candies at the shops or fish candy for you, dolphins where you can pay a certain amount of money depending on where you place in the game to travel further ahead, a lucky space with dolphins will send you to an island with a free star at the end of the path, DK and Bowser spaces where Donkey Kong will allow you to shake his barrel to gain coins, while Bowser takes coins if you get hit by the lava bubbles, and the event space at the end of the board where if you land on it, you'll be taken to the cannon on the ship that will blast you back to star, which can make for some frustrating yet funny moments. This board I'm aware is the most hated board in this game, but personally, I found great enjoyment and satisfaction out of this board. This board is great in my opinion. I enjoy traveling along the boardwalk, riding the dolphins, and enjoying the scenery along the way. I think the scenery is lovely. The water also looks good in my opinion. There isn't really too much to talk about, but this in my opinion is a good board as well. Next up we have Bowser's Warped Orbit. This board takes place in space on a space station where the objective is to steal stars with 2 particular candies, the Bowser candy and the Bullet Bill candy. The Bowser candy steals 2 stars from an opponent, but you can roll only 2 dice blocks, while the Bullet Bill candy can only steal 1 star from an opponent but allows you to roll up to 3 dice blocks. I like this mechanic personally. This, along with Goomba's Booty Boardwalk, I'm well aware is the most hated board in the game, but once again, I find enjoyment and fun in it. There are happening spaces which will cause Bowser to chase you and the other players in his path, which I always enjoyed. Happening spaces next to Magic Koopa which will result in candies being shuffled. Happening spaces where Bowser will change the direction of the board, and finally, there's happening spaces next to the tube where you can take it as a shortcut to get to the other side of the board, giving coins. I personally have fond memories on this board, and me and my mother always had fun on this board, using the stealing candies in the board was satisfying. I like the board theme, and Bowser changing direction and chasing you down really added to the fun, so it's 4th place for me. To start off the top 3 was Shy Guy's Perplex Express. This is a cool concept for a board. This board takes place on a train, for crying out loud. The goal is to travel through the train cars, reach the Shy Guy engineer at the locomotive and pay 20 coins for a star, climb to the top of the train and head back to star and repeat the process. This is a linear board like the Goomba board, but there's a lucky space which will cause the train to stop at a train station where you can get a free star, then be transported back to the train, thieves inside the train aka Mouse and Bandits, a far too wealthy Koopa, Magic Koopa who can move a train car to the back, a ventilation and a kitchen car where you can go to the top of the train or bottom, resulting in you either missing the star entirely or getting back to it faster, and the DK and Bowser spaces. If the DK spaces landed on, the Shy Guy locomotive will be swapped with DK's locomotive, where the player who reaches him will get a free star. If the Bowser spaces landed on, Bowser's locomotive couples to the train instead, where if you reach Bowser he'll steal a star from you or give you 10 coins if you don't have one. One thing about Bowser being present on this board is that the Bowser music will keep playing until a player reaches Bowser or the DK space is landed on, which adds to the anxiety of meeting Bowser, and I absolutely love it. This is truly a great board with a nice concept, but the fact that it takes place on a train is also what holds this board back. You see, you can only add or do so much with a train concept, and I think they make good use of this concept on this board as best they could, but the train is kind of short, and again, you can only add so much. So it's third place for me. Now, my final two picks are some of the most unique boards in the series. For me, these two boards have the highest replay value and the most fun possible in the game. I absolutely love them. However, for me, second place has to go to Koopa's Tycoon Town. Now, this is really a lovely board. There's great fun to be had here. First of all, the scenery is spectacular, taking place in a city-like environment. The objective is to invest in 5 hotels on the main board to secure yourself stars. Invest between 1 and 19 coins, you'll gain a star from the 1-star hotel. If 20 to 49 coins are invested, you'll upgrade the 1-star hotel to a 2-star hotel, and you'll gain 2 stars. If 50 or more coins are invested, you'll upgrade the hotel to a 3-star hotel, granting you 3 stars. I really love this concept. An opponent can invest more coins than the other opponent in a particular hotel and take over ownership of that hotel, gaining the stars and making the opponent lose whatever stars they had gained from their former hotel. There's lucky spaces on the board that will allow you to travel to 1 or 2 areas on the board with 1 3-star hotel in each area. Invest any number of coins in these hotels and you'll get the 3 stars from them. There's DK and Bowser spaces, of course. The DK space will have Donkey Kong pull up. Go to a hotel and invest 20 coins on your behalf, which is really nice. It can result in you stealing a person's hotel or upgrading it, gaining you more stars. Bowser, on the other hand, will have this Menace pull up. Go to a hotel and decrease 10 coins from each player's investment in that hotel. If enough coins are stolen, the hotel will be downsized and whoever the owner was, they will lose a star or in some cases even 2 stars. Oh, and speaking of stealing, there's 2 happening spaces on the board where bandits will come and offer to steal coins from a random hotel to give them to you. That hotel can either be an opponent's own or sometimes even your own hotel. The max bandit can steal is 30 coins or the amount of coins that the investment is 1 coin above the next highest investment. If coins are stolen, the hotel will be downsized and the owner, whether it's an opponent or the person who had bandits steal their own coins from their hotel, will lose a star. I enjoy taking ownership of hotels, especially in multiplayer. Never gets old. It's great fun and there's some pretty funny moments to be had. I can definitely see why some people think this is the best board in the entire series. However, it's at number 2 for me because the amount of fun that you can have on this board is limited at a certain point if you're playing a high amount of turns. You see, the maximum amount a person can invest in a hotel is 100 coins, and once a player invests 100 coins in a hotel, the player has secured the bag from that hotel, meaning no one else can steal from it unless Bandit or Bowser steals from that particular hotel, limiting the amount of hotels you can steal from. Also, the 2 3-star hotels in the lucky areas cannot be countered by Bowser or Bandit, meaning if a player invests 100 coins in that hotel can no longer have that ownership stolen. They will be completely locked. Don't get me wrong, this board is great fun, but there's one board from this game that I enjoy much more than even this board. And that board is my number 1 spot. We have King Boo's Haunted Hideaway, my absolute favorite board in Mario Party 8. This concept is very unique and cool in a way that hasn't been replicated before or since. The goal of this insane bold approach to a board is to find King Boo's den in his crib, where he will give you a star for 10 coins if you find the correct room where he is at. Simple, right? Nope, not at all. This is unlike any Mario Party board before or after. You see, unlike every other Mario Party board before or after, this map doesn't reveal what's ahead. It only does as you enter each room further and further in the mansion, discovering new rooms and areas, painting the picture of the map layout as you go along. Along with King Boo's room, there are pitfall rooms where if you stumble across one of them by choosing wrongly, many Red Boos will spawn, carry and drop the player in the pitfall, sending the player back to the start, ending their turn. Talk about a sudden spooky surprise. However, if you choose correctly and you find King Boo's room, he will appear and give you a star for 10 coins. Afterwards, King Boo will reshuffle the board and send everyone back to start with a new board layout to discover, and you enter King Boo's crib once again in search for him. However, if you don't have the 10 coins or you refuse to start in the first place, a pitfall will open and the player will be dropped, sending them back to start. Once a player reached the pitfall room or King Boo's room where they didn't get a star from him, the rooms is highlighted by the X and star icon on the map respectively. This is a mysterious board and I really love the concept behind it. It's virtually luck based. I say virtually because at least you can figure out where King Boo's room should be in the first turn, where he reveals himself by paying attention to the location of the stairs, giving you an indication of which direction his room has to be entered from. After that, you'll get no more hints for the rest of the game. Also, you can strategize use of candies if you're good and plan accordingly, especially if a person found at least one of the pitfall rooms or didn't get a star in King Boo's room. If you're a Mario Party 8 veteran like me and play this board often like me, you'll gain experience where you can plot out on the map as each room is entered where a new room is likely to be, or to be a dead-end room with pitfalls, or King Boo's room. Some of the board's layout have lucky spaces which takes you to a secret room for a shortcut directly to King Boo's room, piranha plants where they'll eat 10 coins from you, a chest where they can give you free candy, 20 coins or have King Boo steal coins from you, Mouse the Thief again, where you can be given a chance to steal coins, candy or a star, a mirror to drag another opponent to you, and of course DK and Bowser spaces again. If the DK space is landed on, Donkey Kong will cover the pitfalls in the pitfall rooms. If a pitfall was encountered before DK, the X icon will be replaced with DK's icon instead, but if not, you can now make a beeline with no fear even if you end up in a pitfall room because the heroic monkey is in the room. He'll scare the red boos away and give you a free star, rendering the pitfall of no effect, and you'll go back to start afterwards. Bowser, on the other hand, he'll cover the pitfall too, but he'll make entering the pitfall room far worse. Just like with Shy Guys Perplexed Express, the Bowser music will keep playing until you encounter Bowser in a pitfall room, land on a DK space, or find King Boo. In my opinion, the Bowser music playing on this board made me even more nervous than the Shy Guy board. Unless a person enters the pitfall room where Bowser icon will replace the X on the map, you have absolutely no idea which way leads to King Boo or Bowser, and in such a case you have a tendency to travel carefully and not want to rush. And man, I absolutely love it. Anyways, finding a pitfall room where Bowser is, the red boos will scram and Bowser will steal a star from you or give you 10 coins if you don't have one. Afterwards, he'll drop you in the pitfall then send you back to start. Like the other boards, there are shops where you can purchase candies, but the only generous red boos on the board cause the other mini red boos from the chest and the pitfalls are absolute bastards. My tip for anyone playing on this board is to get as much spring, double or triple dice blocks from the candies as much as possible from these shops. Springing allows you to get ahead after entering a pitfall, can help you get to a lucky zone faster and ruin a person's day who's already there, and double and triple dice blocks can really advance you, especially after you reach King Boo or a pitfall. Oh, I almost forgot, there's Wumps on this board too, who blocks certain paths and you have to pay 10 coins. Paying him or not could have you end up in King Boo's room and be able to get a star, not be able to afford the star anymore if you paid the Wump, or you get straight to a pitfall room. I really love this board the most out of the 6 because of how much fun there is to be had here, especially with multiplayer, the challenges it poses, the randomness of the board where the board is constantly changing after getting a star from King Boo, making it feel like a fresh new board every couple of turns, and the fact that it's themed around King Boo in a haunted mansion, making this board so good. I played as my homie Boo in Mario Party 8 often, and playing as him on this board feels very natural. He's playing on his master's turf for crying out loud. Honestly, it was about time there was a Mario Party 8 ranking video where Koopa's Tycoon Town isn't at the number 1 spot for a change. Me and my mom always played on this board the most out of the 6 boards in this game because it's just incredible fun, even at the max amount of turns, and never feels boring or dull, and the layout keeps changing, it's mysterious, spooky setting, effective item strategizing, and we had the most laughs and surprises in this board than the other 5 boards in this game. Me and my mom would laugh when one of us tried to flee to King Boo's room using double and triple dice blocks and springing candies, only to sometimes end up in a pitfall, and out came the laughter. Even Koopa's Tycoon Town wasn't as much fun to play as this board, and this is why King Boo's board, in my opinion, is my favorite board in Mario Party 8. Replayability is simply the highest here from me. The only thing I would change is if this board is remade again in the future, and man, I wish Nintendo Cube would remake this board, is that after a player is thrown into a pitfall or kicked out by King Boo after declining the star or not being able to afford one in the first place, the player will still be able to continue the roll at start instead of just having their entire turn wasted after that. That's really the only change I'll make to this board. It would allow the player a better shot than just ending their turn right there. This board used to be my favorite board out of all the boards in the Mario Parties I've played, those being Mario Party 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, DS, 9, 10, and Superstars, until I played Super Mario Party Jamboree recently with Rainbow's Galleria, causing me to dethrone King Boo's Haunted Hideaway. If there's any King Boo's Haunted Hideaway fans out there, please comment below, I know you're out there. And that is my rankings of all the boards in Mario Party 8. I hope you enjoyed the video, and comment below what your personal rankings of each board in this game are with your reasonings. Until next time, bye bye.